Welcome back. Now, I'd like to introduce you to a term that holds significant importance in the realm of negotiation, ZOPA, which stands for Zone of Possible Agreement. This concept plays a crucial role in helping us to understand where successful negotiations can occur and how we can reach mutually beneficial outcomes from it. This concept plays a vital role in helping us to understand where successful negotiations can occur and how we can reach mutually beneficial outcomes from them. In simple terms, the ZOPA, or the Zone of Possible Agreement, refers to the range within which two parties in a negotiation can find common ground and agree upon terms that satisfy both sides. It's the sweet spot where compromise and collaboration come into play. Imagine, for example, you're negotiating the price of a car with a seller. Your maximum budget is $20,000 and the seller's minimum acceptable price is $18,000. Here's where the ZOPA comes into play. It's the overlapping range between the $18,000 and the $20,000. This is the zone where an agreement can be reached, as it accommodates both your budget and the seller's minimum price. Let me show you here on these infographics. So on the slide, we can see a typical buyer and seller negotiation situation. Moving from the left, we have the seller. Now you'll notice the green bar underneath him, the light green leading on to the best realistic outcome for the seller, followed by the worst acceptable outcome for the seller. Now moving from the right, we have the buyer, and we see her best realistic outcome and also the worst acceptable outcome. The question mark is there because the other counterparty needs to work out what that worst acceptable outcome might be to strengthen their negotiation position. So it would be a good idea for the seller doing the research to find out what that could be, potentially through questioning. Now here you'll see the people who have moved, and the ZOPA is the overlap that you can see there highlighted in yellow. Now, as you notice, it's quite small in range, and this is why expanding the pie by asking as many questions as possible, finding maybe additional services or changing terms to suit both parties to expand that ZOPA is crucial, as it will benefit both sides by increasing the ZOPA on both sides, therefore giving both of the counterparts some room to maneuver and find a potential agreement. Understanding the ZOPA is essential because it allows us to focus our negotiations on feasible solutions. If the potential agreement falls outside of this range, it becomes challenging to find middle ground and reach a deal that leaves both parties content. To work effectively with the ZOPA, here's a few key points to keep in mind. Firstly, information gathering. It's crucial to gather information about the other party's interests, needs, and preferences before entering into a negotiation, as this knowledge can help you to define the potential ZOPA. Bearing in mind, it takes into account your position as well as your counterparts. Flexibility is the second. Be prepared to make concessions and explore different options within the ZOPA itself. Flexibility and willingness to compromise contribute to finding mutually beneficial solutions. Creativity is the third. Sometimes solutions might not be immediately apparent. Brainstorming and thinking creatively can expand the possibilities within the ZOPA. In conclusion, the zone of possible agreement is the meeting ground where negotiation success takes shape. It's where the interests of both parties intersect, fostering compromise, cooperation, and shared satisfaction. By understanding the ZOPA and leveraging its principles, we can navigate negotiations more effectively and achieve outcomes that are favorable to all parties involved. In the next module, I'm going to be delving deeper into the anagrams BATNA and WATNA. Put together with the ZOPA, you'll have a holistic approach of the three main negotiation terms that people often talk about and that are essential in any negotiation. See you in the next slide.